40 years through all my losses, my mother, my girlfriend, my son.
For more than 4 decades, John Travolta carried loss in silence. To the world, he was still the man who danced across movie screens, the smile that never seemed to fade, the energy that defined an era. But behind that familiar image was a life shaped by grief that returned again and again, each time leaving a deeper mark. Those closest to him say something changed as he entered his 70s. His laughter softened, his pace slowed, and the things he once held tightly, he began to let go of. Friends noticed him giving away personal belongings, items filled with memories from another lifetime. Not as a grand gesture, but quietly, almost deliberately, as if he were closing chapters one by one. He recorded what he described as a final message to his fans, a moment that left even his family uneasy. It didn't feel like a goodbye for a new project. It felt heavier, more permanent. By 2025, whispers spread through Hollywood that John Travolta was preparing for something no one wanted to name out loud. The internet exploded with death hoaxes, but the fear didn't come from rumors alone. It came from the way he was moving through life, slower, more reflective, more intentional. This isn't the story of a man fading away. It's the story of what happens when someone survives fame, loss, and unimaginable heartbreak and reaches a moment where memory, love, and time begin asking questions even the strongest hearts struggle to answer. The death hoaxes that swept across the internet that year didn't appear out of nowhere. They fed off a deeper truth. Something inside him had changed. To understand why, you have to go back to the beginning. John Travolta was born on February 18, 1954, in Englewood, New Jersey, the youngest of 6 children. His father, Salvatore Travolta, ran a small tire shop, working long hours to keep the family afloat. His mother, Helen Travolta, held the home together with discipline, warmth, and a deep love for acting. Their house wasn't wealthy, but it was alive. Music filled every room as Helen rehearsed songs from The Sound of Music, My Fair Lady, and Oklahoma. Long before John understood fame, he felt drawn to performance. At 12 years old, everything shifted. One school play changed the direction of his life. The moment he stepped onto the stage and heard applause, it felt like a door opening. That sound stayed with him. At home, he danced through the living room, exaggerated gestures, and copied characters he'd seen his mother rehearse. Creativity became his escape from a world that often felt unkind. School was not gentle. John Travolta was bullied relentlessly. His thin frame, soft voice, and stutter made him an easy target. Kids mocked him until he wanted to disappear. But at home, he turned pain into performance. He entertained his siblings with skits, using humor to survive. His mother noticed and pushed him toward theater, believing acting could give him confidence and direction. At 12 years old, everything shifted. One school play changed the direction of his life. The moment he stepped onto the stage and heard applause, it felt like a door opening. That sound stayed with him. At home, he danced through the living room, exaggerated gestures, and copied characters he'd seen his mother rehearse. Creativity became his escape from a world that often felt unkind. School was not gentle. John Travolta was bullied relentlessly. His thin frame, soft voice, and stutter made him an easy target. Kids mocked him until he wanted to disappear. But at home, he turned pain into performance. He entertained his siblings with skits, using humor to survive. His mother noticed and pushed him toward theater, believing acting could give him confidence and direction. At 12, Helen directed a community play called Who Will Save the Plowboy and cast John in a small role. He didn't just perform it, he transformed it. He added jokes, shifted tones, and created moments that weren't written. When the audience stood and applauded, adults backstage froze in disbelief. That night, John understood something clearly. This wasn't a hobby, it was his path. At 16, John Travolta left school and moved to New York City, surviving in a YMCA room while chasing acting dreams. Training under Dan Sullivan, he built discipline and conquered his stutter. He earned early roles at Cherry Lane Theater in Bye Bye Birdie, then Rain with Blythe Danner. Touring Grease as Duty led to Broadway's Over Here with the Andrews Sisters. Stability followed until Welcome Back, Kotter, where he became Vinnie Barbarino. That same year, he starred in The Boy in the Plastic Bubble, playing a teenager born without an immune system. The role demanded vulnerability. During filming, he bonded with Diana Hyland, who played his mother. When she died of cancer shortly after, the loss devastated him and shaped his emotional depth as an actor. Then came Saturday Night Fever. John Travolta studied a simple walk, perfected it, and turned Tony Manero into a cultural icon. The film exploded worldwide. The white suit, the disco floor, the Bee Gees soundtrack. He became the youngest Best Actor Oscar nominee in decades. Overnight, he was unstoppable. But behind the scenes, he witnessed real violence in Brooklyn clubs, which darkened his understanding of fame. Afraid of being trapped as the disco guy, he turned down roles to protect his range. Next came Grease. Having played Danny Zuko on stage, John Travolta fought for the film role, singing Greased Lightning live to prove himself. Filmed at Venice High School, the movie became a global phenomenon. During the press tour, tragedy struck when his mother, Helen Travolta, died. Success followed with Urban Cowboy and Blowout, but setbacks slowed him until Look Who's Talking revived his career. He found stability with Kelly Preston and later triumphed in Pulp Fiction, Get Shorty, and Face Off. In 2009, heartbreak returned with the loss of his son, Jett Travolta, in the Bahamas. In 2020, another devastating loss arrived. Kelly Preston died after a private battle with cancer. John Travolta later shared her final wish for him to choose joy. He tried, but grief doesn't leave easily. By 2025, at 71, he danced again. He appeared as Santa in a Capital One holiday commercial during the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Fans celebrated seeing the spark return. Yet those close to him noticed something quieter, a man reflecting, letting go, giving things away. He still flies planes for charity. He still guides young actors. He still creates, moves, and shows up. But now every step carries memory and meaning. John Travolta isn't fading away. He's honoring the life he survived and the people he loved. This isn't an ending. It's a quiet continuation, shaped by strength, loss, and resilience. Thank you for watching.